Legends renewing, from indie vibes to the big stage, proving every rumor nailed down, no chance of misconstruing. Catchphrases dropping like a pile driver move. Jake switch sharp, Cody's got the groove. They keep it real raw, never out of the loop. Step into somewhere, the wrestling troupe. Yeah.
What's going on, ladies and gents? Jake, aka Countdown Ended, coming to you this Wednesday, July 9th, bringing you Into Somewhere weekly. So therefore, you know, I'm not alone. Hopefully, you get to hear the one, the only, the butter to my cream. That is Cody O'Needy 316. What's going on, my good man?
What's going on? We have a hell of a night tonight. We got some news and rumors to get into. We have 4 shows to predict.
It's a big night. Big night indeed. A lot to go over. It's a bit of our, extravaganza going on here. So, bit of a computer snafu. I don't know what happened, but I got signed out of every program I have on my computer, from Steam to XSplit, Discord, onwards. And VoiceMod was even one of those. So I lost a good chunk of our soundboard stuff. So I was able to recover some things, and I got some new ones, and some things have returned. But
that's good. At least we got some things back.
Right. New desktop. It's a little different.
Oh, fuck. Is that what you texted me before about you're going to pay for this later?
Yes. Yeah. Whatever you messed up here, whatever you screwed up, I don't even have my sensor bleep, like I don't know what to do at this point without it. You lost your ball again under there? I can't help you right now, but I'm sorry. We've been going through this. Hold on, let's check and see what Randy says about the theme of the show. Michael Cole? No, Into Somewhere. God, I paid you money for... Well, some things are working, other things not so much. We'll see what happens. I mean, everybody's talking about it. It's a big weekend,
Everyone gets mixed up, though.
Yeah.
Somewhere,
Let me talk to you.
I'm going to tell you right now, it's a big weekend. We have not 1, not 2, not 3, not 5. Counting back 1, 4. That's right. I can only count to 4 prediction shows to go over today. We have All In Texas from AEW, WWE Saturday Night Main Event, Evolution 2, and NXT's Great American Bash. It is the prediction extravaganza, indeed.
Wait, how did you learn to count to 4? Kyrie Shane help you? Like, how many people? I'm sorry.
I again, not to crap on Kyrie, but going back, she's not having a good time, huh? She's having a tough go of it.
And I like her. I feel bad for her. People are bashing her online. Like, I really do. Like, because obviously it's not intentional. Accidents happen, but like.
Yeah,
she's having like these miscues, and these freak accidents keep happening. Like the Liv Morgan one, I don't think it's really her. I think that was just like a freak landing.
It kind of just happens, but hey, look, we got our prediction extravaganza up there going on, folks. That's right, indeed. Prediction extravaganza for everything going on this weekend. We're going to be getting right into it, but got a couple of things that we've got to go ahead and do to clean house. We've got to go ahead and make sure everybody's hitting the like button.
Rumors.
That helps. Well,
that does help. That actually does help.
That indeed does help what we're going to do. So we didn't catch Dynamite in its entirety, but we have seen quite a few updates.
I forgot it was on.
People, I don't know how the viewership's going to be tonight, but hopefully they do well heading into this Saturday's big show. One of the stories you kind of wanted to lead in with that you mentioned earlier talking about was Charlotte Flair talking about how Tiffany Stratton's divorce line left her devastated. She said that usually all these insults and attack take down Charlotte, but this one in particular hurt Ashley because Charlotte's never been divorced. Charlotte's never been, down like that and defeated. So she's like, I've cut and run from challenges. I've quit on dreams. I've had my childhood home foreclosed on. I've alienated friends. I've disappointed family. I've given up on myself. I've lost people I love. And yeah, let's get it out of the way. I've gotten divorced 3 times. And she feels like the boos aren't for Charlotte, they're for Ashley. So, of course, you want to feel sympathetic for her, but let's not forget that up until this point, she pushed Tiffany Stratton to be this way by how she reacted, or acted herself, I should say. She went ahead and got early releases of the script so she could trounce Tiffany in that initial backstage interview head-to-head. And then everything that followed was Charlotte trying to get the upper hand to make Tiffany look like a fool. So
I think they're both in the wrong there. Here, and I'm gonna actually defend Charlotte here, surprisingly. Well, not with the original promo, because on SmackDown, Charlotte's the veteran out there. She needs to make sure the segment goes well because she's supposed to be the professional teaching the youngster how to do it. But
yeah.
Charlotte had every right, because Tiffany did cross lines about the marriage thing if it wasn't supposed to be brought up. So she kind of John Cena'd her way about it. All right, you're gonna fuck me over, make me look like a joke out there, so I'm gonna bury you a little bit.
I mean, turnabout is fair play. I call it. It's legal, and we'll see what comes of it. But it is just unfortunate that it had to come to that, but it did.
It shouldn't have, because both of them are unprofessional at the end of the day.
Exactly, and we were hoping that wasn't the case, but.
And she has issues with Nia now. I know Nia Jax has been insulting Charlotte a lot online.
Yeah,
lately.
And hopefully they could kind of avoid having this happen again in the future. But let's not.
Hopefully they
that
don't
Charlotte...
interact with each other at Evolution, because we don't want to hear about any.
Yeah, I mean, Charlotte, she brought this out. She made this happen. I'm sorry, but she did. She. How many times has she gone below the belt? How many times has she brought this type of reaction out in people?
If you remember the promo, what was said first? Who was going off script first?
I don't remember, but I know that prior to this interaction, she had already gone off script by reading the script and basically trouncing all over Tiffany's attempt to reply to what Charlotte was saying in that backstage promo they had with each other. The one via satellite that they did, and it was just a mess, and intentionally so. Charlotte wanted to make her look like an idiot, and she tried her best to do so, and unfortunately,
I think they both have
happened.
egos, and when egos clash,
yeah,
I think Tiffany and Charlotte are molded into the same person in a way, because they both have that thing about them where they're just going to keep wanting to one up each other without remembering they need to remain professional for TV and storyline. But
yeah, and
I think they're both in the wrong.
I was hoping that was the case.
And Nia's not a good influence on Tiffany, because Nia is definitely
she certainly rubbed off on her. Another interesting thing is they're going to be releasing some recorded Bray Wyatt footage in the form of a story campaign in the current 2K25 game. So it's going to be free DLC that's coming out. And they have both the Fiend and Bray Wyatt promo footage that was recorded that was never released. So they're going to use this for a story mode, and I think that's incredible. This is one of the avenues that they should be pursuing, investigating, whatever you want to say. Anytime that they can, continue someone's legacy onward, I think it's a great thing. Just like New Jack, people are very excited because he's getting his own custom no DQ entrance where he comes out with the gigantic trash can full of various usable weapons. So whatever weapons fall out when he throws the can into the ring, you can use them. And I think that's a pretty cool thing, unique to New Jack. And they're also adding KSI to this pack as well. Jordan Grace, Bull Nakano,
KSI,
and Penta. Yeah, KSI is going to be in this one as well. So we last saw him take an RKO from Randy Orton.
Is that the one that fought Jake or Logan?
He's
That's
the one that fought Logan. He's the one with Logan and
okay.
Prime. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, him. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
My
he was
bad.
in the Prime bottle. Yeah. So,
All right.
how do you feel about this?
You know,
Goldberg is saying that only, and he is leading a true decree here. He says only Braun Breaker should use the spear in WWE. That's the truth, he says. How do you feel about that? So no Roman, no one else, just just Braun Breaker.
I don't think that would make sense whatsoever because Roman was using the spear way before Braun Breaker came along. So why would Roman have to get rid of it for?
I guess Goldberg's trying to say that he's passing it on ahead of his retirement match. He's passing it, his spear on to Braun Breaker, and
he doesn't own the spear.
He doesn't own it, but I guess it is his iconic finish, and in a way, he's right. It has lost a lot of the gravitas it once had by other people, weighing it down. It's not Roman's finish, but he does use it as a signature move.
I mean, that's
Braun
not the only move that
spears are goddamn impressive. The last person's spears that were super impressive probably were Goldberg's, and he really goes all into it. Braun Breaker going in on it. I mean, look at how he attacked iShow's Speed at the Royal Rumble. That was incredibly impressive. That moment lives rent free in my mind forever. So power to them there for that. But yeah, I mean, I love that.
I'm not a fan.
I do.
Well, yeah, that, but I don't know if I agree with Goldberg necessarily on that because, like, look at the super kick. Shawn Michaels isn't going around saying everyone's stealing my sweet chin music. A few people use the pedigree now, right? I mean, it just happens. Look at the DDT.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. It does. It happens. So, I mean, I don't know. There's something about this that's so magical. Just this right here. The boom, like a train wreck.
Braun Breaker does definitely have the best spear out of anyone that uses it right now. That's definitely the case. And like you said, and I agree with this as well, who has the next best? Oh, well, he had the best. Goldberg and Braun Breaker probably have the two best looking spears, but you can't really take it away from the people that were using it before Braun.
I've got a small bit of AEW news, but I'm going to save that so when we actually go over the card for All In Texas. But we're going to go over some of the things talked about the unified title and whatnot. Shayna Baszler was let go 2 months ago, but now she's back as a tryout producer. So she actually helped produce the match between Kalani Jordan and Lainey Reed that we saw last night on NXT. That was good, that I actually liked. So
yeah,
I enjoy.
So maybe that's a good role for her, being a producer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Know so far.
I mean, she's 44, and it seems like she's ready to transition at this point in time. There was a small bit of interest for her in the indie market, but not a ton. I don't see them, anybody else hiring her. Dakota Kai maybe will go to AEW. Maybe she shows up in the women's gauntlet. I'm trying to think of who else. Isla Dawn was
Dakota
rumored.
Kai. I definitely see going to AEW.
I can see Dakota Kai. Pretty much everybody else is working at some other independent or whatnot at this point in time. So Elena
Cora
Black.
Jade's doing independent, or Elena Black.
Yeah, she's going to be doing independents as well as making fans.
I see her going
hers.
to TNA still, though. Yeah, that's true.
She is indeed. She's going to be using those assets to her best advantage.
I mean, good for her. Get your bag. I mean,
if I was a girl and I was a hot girl, oh my God, I would be a whore. I'm telling you right now, I'd be the Ric Flair. I would go around and I would just flash random guys. I would just be like, just because.
At this point, I'm really considering just starting an OnlyFans just to see how it goes. Oh,
yeah.
I shouldn't have said that.
I mean, it might
only
be worth it.
That watch this show.
Exactly,
but that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, but I get your drift. I hope it works out well for her. I mean, she's a former UFC star, fighter. She had some success, but I'm glad we don't see her in AEW TNA. I'd rather see her in this type of role where she keeps to, utilizing her talents in a beneficial manner. And WWE is going to be doing something with Halloween Horror Nights and Universal. So they're doing Kane and Undertaker. That's going to be cool. Wyatt Six is teasing a new member to their roster. So interesting. And
fun fact at Universal,
yeah,
I got like a concussion on a ride one time. Speaking about Universal, so I have trauma going to Universal.
what ride was that?
I don't remember
The birthing canal,
because
or
like it was some upside down roller coaster. My head banged on something.
damn. That
Yeah.
you know what, bud? That explains a lot.
It really does, doesn't it?
That answers so many questions for me already that I had. So, Hogan, how do you feel?
Wait,
After I
what
beat
questions
you
did you
and
have?
satisfy all the Hulkamaniacs, I'm gonna get off by cranking your knob.
Never mind. I think he's thinking about your side business.
Give me a hell yeah!
I mean,
No. How do you feel about AJ Lee possibly making a return at Evolution?
I'm not falling for it anymore. I fall
think
for it
it's
every
happening.
year, every Royal Rumble. I'm
Right.
not falling for it anymore. WWE can do all their teasers they want on their stupid little YouTube. I'm not falling for it. I know better this time.
Thank
They
you.
posted something on their WWE vault. They want you to fucking believe that she's going to show up.
Several
and
things.
want
Here's
us
the
to get
thing.
disappointed.
So they on the Vault channel they posted first her match against AJ Lee and Paige. So her match against Paige for the Divas title at SummerSlam. Then they posted her WrestleMania match with Paige where they took on the Bellas, and then they put out on the WWE channel the story of and rise of AJ Lee.
I'm still not
That's what I
buying it.
say. Shut the fuck up.
They're doing
'cause
this on purpose.
Fans
They
are
know what
going
they're
nuts,
doing.
crying on X and TikTok, and oh my god, they're just getting people riled up. She's not returning. The only
They know
people that had a
exactly what
chance
they're
to bring her back was Elena Black, Cora Jade, or Roxanne Perez, and it's not happening
because,
right now.
like we discussed a few weeks ago, Liv Morgan and Bayley already tried numerous times and it didn't work.
It didn't work. They really did. So what's going on, Brian Gax? Yeah, we'll see if they get Tessa Blanchard in as a surprise entrant in that women's battle royal. A little bit of news from AM New York. They're letting us know that Cody Rhodes and John Cena, obviously, I mean, I don't know how much of this is news, but clown news. They're going to headline the inaugural 2-night SummerSlam at MetLife Stadium. So
This
night
what I
2
sent you.
is
That was my
Cody and
article
John.
that I made up. Why'd you give someone else credit?
Oh, sorry. Oh, right here. By Cody. Gotcha. Well, Cody and John is going to headline the 2-night SummerSlam at MetLife. So night 2
And not Cody
is
Rhodes,
Cody and John Cena. Interesting. Hopefully you win, bud. I think that would be great.
Maybe I can put John Cena on the right path and bring him back to his senses, you know?
The only match we have advertised for this upcoming NXT on the CW this upcoming Tuesday, the fallout for Great American Bash, is the Heritage Cup champion himself, Channing Stax Lorenzo versus Tony D versus Luca in a triple threat final battle. It's been billed as a final battle. Hopefully they don't get sued for that. Let's not get anybody in trouble. But indeed, final battle.
Why did you?
I'm excited
learn from
for
that,
it.
Your past experiences and all that. You know?
Into somewhere is a copyrighted term. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So
You got it.
heading into it, I'm excited. We'll talk about some of the news with Evolution as well as when we get into it, but we'll see what happens. Overall, I think Evolution is a show I'm most excited for over the weekend. What about you? What are you most looking forward to? Which of the four?
So match quality wise, I'm just gonna go based off opinion here. I think AEW is the most boring show out of the week, by the way. Don't get me wrong. But I think match quality wise, this is why Tony Khan's called Mr. Pay-Per-View. Nothing more, nothing less. But just that. So I think AEW will have the best in-ring work of the weekend.
All right,
but
so
I'm most
you
excited
want
for
the sickos to side with you,
Evolution.
Huh? All right, that's a good answer. I'll take it.
Okay. Yes, but don't get me wrong. That NXT women's roster being a big, heavy feature on Evolution, and the women's roster in general in WWE, they might stand out and prove me wrong, and they might have the best matches of the weekend. So,
and they might. I mean,
yeah.
it is possible. We don't know.
So,
Anything is possible.
Evolution is what I'm most excited for. Then, I don't know, maybe All In, just because,
I think I'm
Then
least
I'm just trying to
excited
think of it in order.
for Saturday night's main event. I'll definitely put
That
that
I
in
was
the
about to say
bottom.
that.
Probably
I
that and
was
Great
debating
American
back and forth
Bash.
between Great American Bash and All In, but All In is a little bigger of a show, so I'll give them the
All In's number
leeway
2.
there.
Evolution's number 1. I mean, I've been really on board for the women's division, and we're going to see Nikki Bella go far.
That
I
roster
think.
deserves their own show. I know some people are upset about it, but that roster deserves their own show.
Well, talking about the NXT Great American Bash, that's going to be the first show to kick off Saturday at 3 p.m., right when All In is just about kicking off as well. And they're going to have one of the advertised events is the contract signing for the TNA title at Slammiversary, July 20th. Next Sunday, we'll be covering that review live as well. But it's Trick Williams in a triple threat versus Joe Hendry, the one, the only, Mr. Joe Hendry.
Do you believe?
I do believe. You know I believe.
That's good. That's good. Okay. Just
He's
making
somewhere.
Sure,
Jesus, that guy. And Mike Santana. But with Trick Williams... Well, yeah. Trick Williams is going to go ahead and he might lose that title to Mike Santana at Slammiversary. I don't know. It might happen. We'll see. But the contract signing is going to be great. I believe. Seriously, I think he watches me in the bathroom. Like, it's creepy. Who
does?
Joe Hendry. I like him and all. I said it again. I like. I asked for alcohol wipes, and they were refused. Sweet. It's bong o'clock sometime. Thank you, wife. I love you, dear. So, the first
He watches you in there?
No, but now I've got a plethora of alcohol swabs for my bong. You know, I think that's the worst part about smoking. It's just the resin afterwards. Like, it gets on your mouth, gets on your face, gets on your hands, everywhere. And nothing gets it off, so... Just got home, Paul did. That's right. He believes. Happy to catch yous. Hopefully practice went well. Yes. Speaking of practice, this match is not. First match of the night at Great American Bash. We've got Jasper Toya taking on Javon Evans.
Speaking about practice, though. Weren't
Yeah.
me and you supposed to practice something later with the...
Listen.
Paul.
That's extra. Javon Evans, Jasper
okay.
Troy. I think it's going to be the typical big man, little man thing here. I think Javon Evans is going to be, the underdog, always a little bit faster, so he's able to get out of some, quick reversals and things like that. Maybe he jumps out of the corner before Jasper splashes or something. But for the most part, Jasper's going to whoop his ass. Javon is over enough with the fans that the young blood's going to be just fine. He can take a loss here and still take a lick and keep on kicking. Jasper.
So you're really going Jasper Troy?
He was the only one in the men's division that really had probable cause to be in a title match at this point in time. He was the only one worthy of actually going against Obafemi, and they already gave that to us prematurely because reasons. I don't know. Instead of giving us another tag title match in once every 70 days, how about they hurry up and do it that way? But I'm telling you. So,
I might actually go with you here.
Jasper needs the win here. He can't lose, especially to Javon. Javon's smaller. I get what, you any given Sunday type thing, yes, but unless they go back, stipulation. Got to be Jasper Troy. I'm telling you, that's my pick here. Has to happen.
I'm agreeing with you, Jasper Troy for the win, and I'm surprised we're agreeing again.
Might happen with this. We'll see, because this show, I don't know. Some of it's really good. Some of it feels thrown together.
Yeah.
Next up, we
one
got
of their
yes.
worst builds, I think. I would say anyway, Great American Bash. This might
it was
be
very
NXT's,
thrown together, very rushed. All of this was because it was quantity over quality. They're just putting out content so that there's something to watch that isn't AEW. the women should have had a chance to be the only thing. I mean, at least they're on Sunday where there isn't competition against them, granted, but still could have been a weekend two of their own as it was originally planned. They
Remind me
took
again.
forever to plan it and really
because
kick
my mind's
off
all
the
fucked
booking. Yeah.
Too many wrestling shows. So AEW All In, I know they were talking about also going in the afternoon, but they're on at night, right?
No, they're going in right in the afternoon. So they'll be live about the same time. I think it's 3 p.m. Eastern, 2 Central, whatever they're doing there.
Oh, okay, so they're going on in the afternoon.
They're going on in the afternoon. So they originally were going on at night. Then they knew Saturday night's main event was going to happen. So they said, damn it. Let's go ahead and switch that around. So they went to the afternoon. And WWE said, but we also have an afternoon show, which is Great American Bash. So either which way, they were screwed. At least then they're only going up against NXT and not a retiring Goldberg, but it'll probably still be on when that's on.
WWE's so petty, man. What the fuck are they doing this for? Bullying the youngsters, bullying AEW. Why?
I've never seen a business
do this before.
He did call himself Jim Crockett Promotions, and that kind of bothered me a little bit because they're not telling people like, oh, you can't watch All in Texas, or if you don't watch us, you can't go ahead and have WrestleMania. Like that's what was going on back then. They're just putting on programming. You want to call it calendar? Exactly. Sure. But they would be doing this regardless.
Every business in the world does this. Tries to.
They would likely be having this whether AEW had the show or not. It maybe just would have been spread out a little bit more, regardless, still. We have the next matchup, Ethan Page, one of my favorites in NXT. He's a current North American champion. He's taking on Ricky Saints. Ricky picked a Falls Count Anywhere match. I actually think Ricky Saints is going to win this one. So some will say it's a bit hot potato of the title, but I don't think so. I think the whole point of this was for Ricky to win it again, and I think it's going to happen here. I might be wrong. Ethan Page is a hell of a foe, but I think Ricky Saints is gonna win the title back.
This is where I may disagree with you, but do you see Ethan Page, though, before I make this prediction, do you see him getting called up to the main roster?
Not yet. Soon. Very soon, but not yet. If they do this supposed draft after SummerSlam, then yeah. But I think for the next few weeks, he'll still be in NXT. But not for long.
I don't know. This one's tough for me, but I'm going to go Ethan Page.
All right. I can argue this one either which way. Ethan Page can retain here, and Ricky Saints could, of course, find a way to challenge again.
Go either way, I think.
But I think they want Saints to win here. He's been having to topple everything that Ethan threw in front of him. He only lost the belt because he went ahead and damaged his windpipe. So I'm thinking Ricky Saints, but I like your pick as well. Nothing wrong with all ego. Then, without my censor button, we have Soul showing her entire whole Ruka. She's with Zarya, taking on Izzy Dame. The other day, if I gave you my predictions, I was saying Izzy Dame was winning this because I thought that they were going to have the Culling beat Hank and Tank for the tag titles on Tuesday. That did not happen. And Tatum Paxley was essentially the reason why. She was the X Factor. Because she was out there, Soul and Zarya came out. That was a distraction. Hank and Tank got their comeback, and that was it. 1, 2, 3. Do they punish Tatum, or do they keep being like, no, you're one of us kind of thing? So I'm curious. If she costs Izzy the title here, do they kick her out? Do they punish her? Or do they keep, with the facade of she's great for the group? Originally, I thought Izzy Dame was going to win, but now I think Soul is retaining, so her and Zarya look good. Yeah, I think Soul Ruka's retaining, so her and Zarya look strong going into their tag title match the next night in Evolution. So I think Soul Ruka retains.
I think you're spot on with that. I think you're spot on.
Yeah,
Sol
I think Sol Ruka has
It
to.
makes the most sense. You have to kind of keep the momentum.
I thought she was gonna lose it, but no, that doesn't seem like it's a plan yet. And I think if she does lose it, it might be to Zarya. So funny enough, we'll see what occurs. But the breakup eventually will happen, just not yet. Maybe something goes down at Evolution. We'll talk about it in a bit. Then we have our next kind of throwaway, but not really match. I mean, it's kind of a foregone conclusion. It feels like we've got, you know, the one and only Blake Monroe making her debut. It was funny that Muscle Muffin is what stuck. That's what's clicking. It's funny, but Muscle Muffin, Jordan Grace, and Blake Monroe taking on Fatal Influences and NXT Women's Champ JC Jane with the former Women's NXT Champ, North American Champ Fallon Henley. I think that for sure Fatal Influence loses here. That sets up Jordan Grace, because this is Blake Monroe's first match, so they got to have her look good here and go over strong. Her and Jordan Grace are the new kind of like it thing for a little bit until she turns on Jordan. I think once Jordan wins the title at Evolution, more than likely is the plan, she'll go on to then go to Slammiversary to try and beat the women's champ there, the Knockouts champ, who is currently Masha Slamovich, who took the title from Jordan Grace. It all makes sense. One big circle. So honestly, I feel like it makes perfect sense. Jordan and Blake go over here. They get to set up how dominant they are and kind of sets up, you know, Sunday's fortune for JC Jane. What do you think?
We got to stop agreeing here, or one of us has to get fired from the show, because you told me off air that we have to disagree on everything.
Yes. I told you, you know, we need some false tension, because if you can't get that going, then everyone's going to call you a brown noser and you got no real opinions. Come on.
Well, that was for our other website.
Pick the
where you have
heels.
to pay.
Pick the heels,
Okay.
damn it.
Okay, I'm sorry. No, but I'm going to go against what you said, and I'm going to pick Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe.
Oh, all right. You're going against me. No, wait. That's...
No, I'm going against what you said about
gotcha.
being different.
Oh,
I'm
gotcha.
going it. Yeah, that.
Yeah, so you're not listening to instructions.
Yeah, I'm not listening. I should have worded it better, but you know what? Fuck it.
Being defiant. Gotcha. Gotcha. Just
I'm
remember.
swearing on your show now when we're supposed to be keeping it PG, but
that went out a long time ago. That went out with the Hassan effects. I mean,
Hassan Piker! I'm coming to kill you!
Oh, I guess we still got some. That one work? No, but that other one did. Thank you. And so
where did you find this guy?
He was one of my dad's friends. Kept him in my contacts.
And he just shows up like
as
that?
the candy. Oh yeah, ready to go. Pockets full of dust. You don't know if it's pixie, coke, acid, shroom. It's just it's all dusted.
Where would he get coke from? Tony Khan? I mean,
hey, that's what I say. Snitches get stitches.
I mean,
then we have
fair.
Obafemi taking on who gives a shit? Oh no, Yoshiki. Sorry, I read that wrong. Yoshiki Inamura with Josh Briggs. I don't give a shit. I want to, but I don't. I had it out with Spaz before. Spaz is Mr. Positive. Go figure, right? Mr. Negative is always the one to make me look at the positive side of things. And he had a good idea. He's like, no, Inamura is going to be good in this match, so then he's going to make you feel like anytime in the future you see him, he'll be worthy of being in that title spot. And that may be true, but he's not worthy yet. And remember, they want him to fight it with honor. He reckon the title. He wants to fight it with honor. That's literally the promo. I'm just hitting the button. Look, fight it with honor. That's a sound clip. Fight it with honor.
That's the promo.
See? Fight it with honor.
You're gonna get us copyrighted.
No, sorry, it skipped there. That wasn't me.
Give me a hell yeah!
Fight it with honor. Oh.
Look what you're doing.
Obafemi is going to take the honor out of him and then iron it, fold it, stuff it back in him, break his neck, and seal the deal. He's fucked. Man Mountain's going over. Obafemi has to win this. Foregone conclusion of the night. Make it so. What do you think?
Ooh, this is really a tough one, huh?
Yeah.
How about Obafemi?
How could you not pick Obafemi? I'm sorry, but
yeah.
To Inamura's credit, there is no one else really ready at this time. Who do you put here? Santana's already in a match. Hendry again.
There's no one really to put.
There's no one else that they have that's ready-made. Ricky Saints could be elevated into this position as they did Miles Bourne. I just don't think Inamura did enough to get to this spot. He pinned Trick. Okay, that's a hell of a defeat. But Trick is the what? The TNA champion. So then what happened? His tag team partner, Briggs, the hard-hitting badass himself, challenged Trick for the
Joe
title.
Hendrick should have won the NXT.
Right? Would have been great.
Yeah.
But no, instead, Hendry didn't. And they had Briggs not beat Trick either. So now Trick, he goes on, and he's going to fight Hendry, and he's going to fight, obviously, Mike Santana. So why is Inamura getting to fight Obafemi? Because he chose not to face the TNA champ that he pinned? He's like, well, I pinned the TNA champ. So then go fucking fight him.
Exactly.
Why? I don't know. It's very confusing. I feel like my brain is being violated, and I don't like it. There's something about it that just doesn't feel right. He didn't earn this spot. I'm not saying Inamura can't be a badass. I'm not saying it's not cool to see Great Muta and others from, Noah go ahead and put him over, but maybe for the North American title, he just doesn't feel on the level of NXT champion. Not at this point in time.
Wrestling in 2025, though, makes your brain always feel violated, though, with the
a lot of times.
Every show.
I'm curious what everyone's big prediction for this show is this weekend. Honestly, I think that the biggest thing we're going to see is Ricky Saints taking the title from Ethan Page, even though you don't feel that way.
Wait, you said you were going to get me and you on the show to fight for tag titles.
I was trying like hell. Okay, I tried.
Then
to
you
book
said
it.
it's not. You said you were going to get us on Evolution to make it a fatal 5-way to fight for the.
It's not Sunday yet. Okay. Give me a little bit. I'm still working on it, making a few call outs.
Hassan Piker!
Okay.
No,
I would have to go against
Oh, God.
So how would Judgment Day feel about that if I had to go against them?
I don't think they'd be too happy.
They might jump me.
They wouldn't be too happy. Let's put it this way. You know who isn't happy? Me, because we don't know all of the participants for the next set of matches, but we know some. And that's because we're heading into All In, my friend. That's right. We're loading into AEW All In Texas. That's right. Celebrating the big time.
You gotta give it a little burp,
Me as well. Might as well. We have the Women's Casino Gauntlet match, and they announced multiple names for that so far. Chris Statlander herself earned the first spot in the All In Texas's Women's Casino Gauntlet match. And now they started to add a few others. So we saw Bane go ahead and get herself through. So that was good. She looked unstoppable. She got the better of Sat during their brief feud before. So she's added into this as well. So that's two people that we know of. Unfortunately, we don't know of any others involved in this yet for the Casino Battle Royal.
So who do you think's gonna win?
It could be Megan Bayne. It kind of makes sense if she does, because if we have her, and
I'm gonna go
possibly
Megan Bayne because
Mercedes.
that's the only one that might actually make sense right now, unless there's a surprise appearance. But I don't fucking know. So Megan Bayne, we'll go with that. How about that?
Kind of makes sense. We both agree. Tonight for the men's Casino Gauntlet match, they announced 3 names. Less than 4, I can do it.
Oh, yeah.
Ricochet, Brody King, and the ROH World Champion Bandito.
Well, Ricochet doesn't like me either anymore.
No, he's not a fan of you. Doesn't surprise me,
Called
though.
me out too.
Called you what?
What did I ever do? I forgot what he called me.
Well, you were waiting for him at the airport with a stack of figures to be signed.
That was not me.
You told me you wanted him to sign all the figures, but you didn't realize you brought Shelton Benjamin. You know, you said you thought it was Ricochet, but it was all the Shelton Benjamin figures, and you were like, "Damn it!"
But you did that though because you pepper sprayed me before, and I was
that's because I stole your merch, but you were the one that was supposed to get them signed. I mean, that didn't work out too well. Our eBay business, if anybody's curious, is Jake's Collectibles. If you want your own pepper spray free and officially signed merchandise by the top stars, you can verify it. That's right. Just go ahead and check out our eBay store.
Who did I end up going up to though? I couldn't see.
You signed it, right? You finished signing all the figures?
Oh yeah, I was.
All right.
Because I was.
So
But Hulk Hogan was next to me, and he said, he said, Benjamin Shelton was the man.
Don't bring him.
After I beat you and satisfy all the Hulkamaniacs, I'm gonna get off by cranking your knob.
Oh God, Hulk. You know, and that's your fault for mentioning him.
You need to relax.
Besides Mystico, Mark Briscoe, and MJF, we now have 6 names as being the entrants. MJF is winning this. Come on. Is there anybody else but him? He's the biggest name in there, and they're not having him do anything else. Of course, he's going to win this for a future title shot. That's going to play into the Hurt Syndicate being, dominant, having all the gold. Maybe we'll see, but something's coming out of it. I think MJF is set to win. Then
makes the most sense.
We have the 3-way tag team match for the World Tag Team Championship. The Hurt Syndicate, so Bobby Lashley and Benjamin Shelton himself, Shelton Benjamin, are taking on Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey, as well as Christian Cage and Nick Wayne. I think Wayne is going to turn on Christian Cage finally, and I think this is where Adam Edge Copeland makes his return. He makes his gigantic comeback, and he's going to come out and save Christian, and they're going to start to reunite. I think we're seeing a turn from Christian.
Christian's going to go babyface?
Yes, and he's going to finish out with Edge, and they're going to go after the tag titles. And they're going to do
I like to see that.
Where? Come on. Come on. Where? Where? Nowhere.
Tell me.
In the Dome. They're going to Toronto.
Oh, in the Dome. Okay, see, I'm
Toronto, elimination chamber, steel cage set, it's cutthroat behavior.
You have an automated message on your message here because you just texted in big bold letters and fire out.
Somewhere where we breaking it down, CM Punk, John Cena tearing up the town.
Sorry. You said Toronto.
Okay, I can't hear
Toronto.
things.
I don't know why I said it like that in the rap. I laugh every time I hear it. Yeah, we catch up in Toronto, elimination chamber. It's steel behavior.
I was
Spaz
talking
up in
over
the
the song.
Dome. That's what I was saying. YouTube home. In this somewhere where we're breaking it down because we're going to turn. Pope's coming back. They're going to team up at All Out in Toronto to try and beat the Hurt Syndicate because the Hurt Syndicate retains here. That's my prediction.
I don't know. Is that a prediction or a spoiler?
It could be both, my friend.
I botched the whole fucking segment here. I was supposed to stay in the Dome, and then I talked over the,
Yeah, that was twice. We'll go over it later.
See, again, with the automated message, you're fired twice. How wasn't I fired twice?
That's 2. It's not so much that you're fired twice. It's you're gonna be fired on there's levels to it. Like the first one, it's like a suspension. The second one, it's like you don't get your severance package. If you end up in tier 3, it involves like minor vehicular assault.
The last time you suspended me, you begged me to come back. You said, "Please, Daddy," or something like that. Remember that text message?
Nope.
Oh.
I think you got the wrong co-host. You might have been talking to Spaz. Speaking of, though,
yeah, it probably was Spaz.
Probably, yeah. Probably. Adam Cole, TNT champion. Who gives a crap about this belt, huh? This thing took a dive. Woof. I miss when this belt meant something, and Adam Cole meant something. I really thought, like a fool, like a moron at one point in time, that Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa were going to be the future of wrestling. The way NXT was having them just cook, the betrayal, the turn, the stories, all of it, you know. Undisputed Era was great. Like, just all of it. And then
I can't believe we thought that one.
this,
You know?
This is what we get of Adam Cole. A lot of people think Adam Cole is retaining here. I don't. I think we're going to see a few titles change hands, and this is going to be one of them.
I think Fletcher's gonna win.
I think Fletcher, the Bieber ripoff, is going to win. Callis family member himself. The only thing callous about him is his dick, because it's raw from giving it to Dan Callis, not Don. That's Don's cousin, Dan. That's how he got over good with Don. And then he gave Don the rim job, which allowed him to then go ahead, get the match with Adam Cole.
Again, you're telling other people's stories, like mine and yours, and giving it to other people.
Mad Libs?
That's true. That's true. We did do Mad
Kyle's
Libs.
winning. God damn it. Him and his pink panties.
Okay, see, I'm breaking the fourth wall here because you texted me the script of the show. You said, in this match, you better agree with me.
Yes.
Which I'm going to disobey again and say Adam Cole's winning.
Well, I think you're wrong. And ass-tarted for that one. Why do you think he's winning? Come on. Don't be a clown. Why do you think he's winning?
Ass started. It's AEW there. Tony Khan. Tony Khan's booking the show. You have to remember who's booking the show here. Do they make sense?
Right. All right. So, still though, Adam Cole, really? I mean, he just looks at his ankle. It's going to turn to dust.
Owe me a fucking apology. Call me ass-started here on this fucking platform. You know what?
And when Kyle Fletcher wins, oh, you're going to be the one to address, my friend.
The one you bought me. Is that the one that is in the package outside?
It's not the only thing outside I got for you. You got that perfume I like too. I want you smelling good. Because when I'm right, you're showing up to.
The last time it gave me a rash.
When Kyle Fletcher wins, you're showing up to Evolution's review and address. I'm just telling you now. If Adam Cole pulls it off, nobody wants to see me in a dress, but you, I believe.
Okay, cool. Okay, if Adam Cole wins, you're going in a dress.
No, we didn't agree to that. We just said you. If Kyle Fletcher wins, you're going in a dress.
No. I agreed to it.
Yeah.
That makes 50%.
Right here. I have the message.
And I'm everybody, so that makes it, you know.
You said, feel free to... What? To your heart's content. Oh, no. Sorry, that's not the group message. Oh, group message said, I agree.
Wasn't that the message your doctor sent you?
That too. You said I agree. So you said you agreed to the dress rule. But you know what? In all fairness, fine. Kyle Fletcher, that's how much I believe in Kyle Fletcher. He's my pick. I'm gonna lock it in. Kyle Fletcher. Lack of sound effects.
Baby, you better fucking win.
Oh God. Swerve Strickland, Will Ospreay.
Hearing everybody go absolutely banana.
Taking on his favorite, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick. If Ospreay and Will lose, they cannot challenge for the world title for 1 year. If the Young Bucks lose, they will be stripped of their executive, vice president, EVP titles.
There won't be all the bust down people's locker room doors anymore. And,
No, they won't. And this one, I'll let you take the lead. What are you picking here? You think Swerve and Will are going to be able to work well together to defeat the Young Bucks and take out the EVPs for good, or are they going to lose and not challenge for those titles?
I think they're going to lose because I think Swerve is turning heel soon.
Oh God, you're making me do it. You're making me.
What?
I got it. I got it.
Wow.
I got to agree with you.
You have to agree with
you. Yes, I have to agree with you. Because
now you're going off script.
Will Ospreay, if you did, I did, and Will Ospreay is going to lose this one. He is going to get taken out somehow, some way, trying to save Swerve, but he'll lose. Swerve will then blame him for losing, and that'll be the catalyst for him to turn. It's kind of an obvious thing, but I think everybody's on the same page here. We agree. The Young Bucks, they're not losing that EVP status. That's staying.
Nah.
Yeah, they're the dead men of the fucking AEW universe. They're gonna be burying as far as the eye can see. Yar. Then
they're gonna go hunting after the match is over and say, "Who's friends with CM Punk around here?" And
we might be. But you know what? A hunting we will go because Okada, the Continental Champ himself.
I want to talk about the Young Bucks for. They're going to be in an episode of Guilty, Guilt-Free soon, along with Tony Khan, CM Punk, and the entire company known as AEW.
Yeah.
So just wanted to throw that out there for a little future video probably coming out within a week, I would say, right?
Indeed so. Our pre-SummerSlam Extravaganza special itself. Guilty or Guilt-Free, covering the trial of CM Punk and his, handling in AEW, as well as the Elite. It's going to be an interesting case to try. Going to be a lot of fun. You and I are pulling the Judge Dredd of it. Judge, jury, executioner. Speaking of which, Okada.
Did Tony just DM you and say my life was in danger? He's watching, isn't he?
He better send a gift for her goddamn graduation party. I'm telling you right now, or else we're going to have problems. She invited him. She sent him the invite. That's legit.
Beg for a gift.
Fourth wall broken. That's legit. I'm telling you, So he hearted it. We better get something. No, I'm just saying. Better be something in the mail.
He's a billionaire.
Yes, Bob. Okay. Okada off to the races. Continental champ. Omega international champ. Here's a little bit of news mixed with a little bit of prediction. What the fuck is Tony doing now? He said that this is for the unified championship, right? Right. But guess what?
He's not going to gift anything if we're shit. Okay.
The unified championship.
I love AEW.
The unified championship is just it's a trophy for this match. They're not actually unifying the titles. So the winner, whoever wins, is going to be carrying around 3 belts. They're going to have the Continental, the International, and the Unified title, because that title is just for this match. He said, I wanted to make a belt for this match to represent how epic it is. We're not actually unifying the belts. They're keeping their own lineage. He said this on the media call last night. So then why call it the Unified Championship? Why not just call it the winner of All In's, what?
Hey, we're arguing logic here, but you're calling me crazy that I said Adam Cole was going to win.
Well, yeah. And you're going to wear a dress.
Okay. This should prove my point, though, that illogical stuff just happens in AEW. Just look at this match with Okada and Omega.
So the only reason anybody is excited for this is strictly the history between
the
these two.
And
everything that happened outside of I'm sure it'll be a great match, but everything that happened outside of AEW is what makes this match ideal in a dream match scenario. They have not done anything besides a video package showing history from New Japan to make this match must see. They have not handled any of this well. They had Kenny spit up a blood alien. Like, it's been just very, very lackluster. And I'm sure they'll knock the match out of the park. A lot of people were thinking this will main event. I don't think so. I think Moxley and Hangman will.
Absolutely not.
But Kenny Omega's winning
Even
this.
though Tony Storm and Mercedes have a case to main event.
Yeah. Kenny Omega's
They
winning
probably
this.
should main event over Moxley and Adam Page.
How does Kenny Omega not win this? He's beating Okada.
Okay. Let's back to this match. Oh, yeah, that's right. Kenny Omega is definitely winning this match, and I don't think it would make
Glad you
sense.
agree.
You told me to agree with this one. I got back on script.
Good. Well, I don't know when you're on, off, or all the above, but we both kind of line up here with this, but I'm curious of the next one because Timeless Tony Storm is taking on the belt assassin herself, Mercedes Moné. Mercedes just won that TNT title back. She wants to go for the longest reign, you know, take out Jade's record maybe.
Oh, sorry.
I am
Mercedes
totally
Moné.
convinced that Mercedes is beating Tony Storm here.
I love Tony Storm, though. I hate that she even has to lose to Mercedes. Timeless Tony Storm
You
is an amazing
cannot bet
character.
against Mercedes Moné. Mercedes is winning this
when
match.
it's
That is
Timeless
a
Tony
surefire thing. It's happening.
You know how much I like Timeless Tony Storm.
I like Timeless Tony
You know
Storm
it.
as well, but this gets a shit rating for me. I know what's happening. She's gonna end up, and she's gonna
Who are all
lose
these
her
people
title.
surrounding my house now? Did you tell them to make sure I
Listen,
pick Mercedes or?
You keep agreeing, and things will be fine. Okay. Betting odds stay
Okay.
the same. Got it? Mercedes,
All right, so as long-
she's a belt collector. That's what she's doing and keeps doing. The only time she lost is when she wasn't pinned directly. I mean, it writes itself, folks. There's no, even if she doesn't have creative control, she has some type of influence in Tony's ear or something because she hasn't put anybody over. She has done nothing but win since she arrived at, big business in Boston. And since then, she's had good matches, but no story has been good at all whatsoever, sadly. And it leaves a lot to be desired.
Do you think Timeless Tony Storm and Mercedes Moné should main event over Moxley and Hangman?
No. With the Death Riders
No?
and the last year and how they've run roughshod
The
essentially
Death
over the
Riders.
company and everything, no.
That everyone hates the Death Riders out.
So let's get right into it then. So John Moxley, the champion, Hangman Adam Page. Who do you have and why?
Ooh, this one's a tough one actually because I actually don't know. I'm gonna go Moxley.
All right.
I was saying Hangman Adam Page the other day, but something just tells me in my gut that we are getting Moxley retaining, and I think Darby returns.
My original
And
prediction
cashes in.
was that Darby was a factor in this, but after the preview I did with Spaz, the AEW All In What the Fuck Is This, we released on Sunday. We kind of were talking about it on the State of Wrestling, and I was thinking, like, how does Hangman not win this? He's supposed to represent the company, but a lot of people tend to think, no, you're wrong. Darby's going to come out and help Hangman win. I don't
But
think that's it.
You think he's cashing in?
No, I think Hangman loses.
Mhm.
And I think afterwards they're beating up Hangman. And then Brian Danielson comes out. And then he motions to wherever for Darby to descend from the heavens. And Darby returns. And then that will be the next match for All Out Toronto or whatever they plan to do. That's my go of it. I think Hangman loses here due to intense fuckery. This is going to be the biggest, Bloodline Rules match of them all. This is going to make the Bloodline Rules WrestleMania 40 Avengers Endgame look like child's play. this is going to be the Disney Plus series of them all for the Marvel Universe. They are going to have so much interference at the end of this. It's going to be dizzying. And I absolutely believe Hangman is not dethroning Moxley. Darby's going to take that role. That's my choice. I said it a while ago. I can't go back on it now. Even if I'm wrong, God damn it. I'm sticking with it. Darby, you're my boy. Darby's going to do it, I guess. He has to.
So, yeah, John Moxley's definitely winning.
I think so.
So after that 8 hour, and is that being nice? 8 hours. So it's starting at 3. So by the time it gets over, it might be like 1 o'clock in the morning. By the time
it should
it's all
end,
said and done.
and I think when Saturday night's main event ends, that this show should be ending. You figure if it starts at 3, you know, and it should be what 4, 5, 6, 7. It should be over by 8. So when Saturday night main event is starting, excuse me, it should be over by then. You know, 5 hours at the most. I don't imagine it's more than like 4.5 hours. They only have the 8 matches at this point. Maybe they do something on the pre-show that they announced tonight or tomorrow night that we didn't see. But so far,
you know, Tony Khan and his long pay-per-views.
Yeah. Speaking of Saturday night's main event. This is going to be quick kind of preview. There's not much to say. Randy Orton and Drew. Drew, I think, is winning. I think they threw this together just to have a match. Drew just returned. Randy doesn't get hurt by the loss here, even though he lost, you know, to Cody. It's still okay. And Drew will probably cheat to win.
How many matches are on?
3 right now. So they're going to add more on SmackDown. We will be live on Friday for the SmackDown review, so we'll let you know whatever matches are added. We'll add our preview as well then. Don't miss it. Make sure you're hitting the like button and subscribed as well. Thank you guys for tuning in. Check out everybody, Spaz, Liz, Cody, and everybody else that's friends of the show in the description box down below. You can subscribe to everybody, check them out, follow them, and whatnot. So yeah, Drew's got to win. It's got to happen. There's really not much to say on this match. Drew came back for the 4th of July early taping that we were spoiling live as it happened. And we went ahead and said, hey, you know, Randy's got this great momentum, but he lost to Cody. And here Drew was like, you should be mad at Cody. I think eventually Randy might turn heel. I think it's going to happen, but not yet, not for a bit. Drew's going to win.
I still think Cody Rhodes turns heel, by the way, if we're going to go down that road.
Now,
but, I think Drew wins. What?
I am stuck in a loop here because these next 2 matches are just directly related. I'm going to give you a couple of breakdowns. You make sense of my logic here. So Gunther, Goldberg, LA Knight, Rollins. So LA Knight could win. He could surprise us and beat Seth. I don't see it happening, but the Money in the Bank briefcase holder can lose matches. Hell, Seth lost to Randy at that Mania before cashing in and winning. I mean, anything is possible. But I don't think he wins here. So would this set up a title match for Seth to cash in tonight and then have the title? Who goes against him? Well, Punk does, because we've seen Seth and Punk fight many a times. But if he takes the title from a hired Goldberg via help with the bronze, you know, that's interesting. He cashes in, he gets the title, and now...
Or the Bronsons.
Well, the bronze and Bronsons, however you want to put it, but the bronze, they go ahead and they help him. Seth wins. So now Seth goes to SummerSlam to face Punk. It's interesting, but they did kind of set up Gunther and Punk already, you know, and they didn't have Punk come back to help last week. So I think they want you to forget about Punk kind of being involved in this right now. So hear me out. Here's my thought. LA Knight loses. He's getting killed by Seth and the Bronze. Roman Reigns returns. I think Roman Reigns returns. He comes back to help save LA Knight. And it's going to be LA Knight, Roman Reigns, and one other to stand in for Sammy, whatever it might be, Penta, or, you know, they'll have somebody. It won't be Punk like I thought. I think we'll fill in, and they'll have their 3-on-3 match for SummerSlam. Seth won't cash in. He'll be busy taken out by Roman, and that's going to be the match. Unless they do a one-on-one match, a Roman versus Seth at SummerSlam, I think it's going to be a 3-on-3, the Oracle's crew versus the OTC and
The Seth Riders.
Yeah, the Seth Riders. So that leaves me to believe that Gunther, gun to my head, Gunther beats Goldberg in his last match. Goldberg's not going to take the title and have them vacate it, and I don't see Seth cashing in and having people boo in Atlanta. I just think he loses. I'm sorry. I think people are going to be disappointed, but they want Gunther to be put over. Why? To have somebody topple him. And this would set up him and Punk at SummerSlam. That's a huge match. I mean, really, I feel like that's the way to go. Goldberg would want to put somebody over in his retirement match. Seth has to be busy with Roman, and we get Gunther beating Goldberg. And then from there,
so if
Gunther goes to take on CM Punk. If not Punk, they could do it, but I think CM Punk. I think that's what's happening.
These matches do have a little to do with each other. So yeah, if Roman Reigns returns, Seth Rollins isn't cashing in his briefcase at the end. But if Roman Reigns isn't there, then I think Seth Rollins is cashing in.
I'm sticking to it because I got to be final. I'm saying Roman returns, Seth doesn't cash in, and Gunther wins and retains.
Well, so those are my two things. So, yes, if Roman returns, no Seth cash in. But if he doesn't, Seth's cashing in.
I'm not even giving an if or caveat. I'm saying it certainty. Roman returns, Seth doesn't cash in, Gunther wins. End of day. End of line, I should say, buddy.
Shall see.
All right. Then, of course, last but not least, and we have the final betting odds as well for Evolution 2. Gonna be a hell of a show. We're limited on sound effects, guys. All right, just go with it. I'm excited for this. This show has built up to be quite the thing so far. And I think the main event, it could be one of two matches. It's either going to be the triple threat for the IC title or Io and Rhea. So we'll save those for last. I think, we've got a lot of women in the Battle Royal, obviously. That's been, kind of pretty much decided, I want to say. For all the women that are going to be in the Battle Royal, we went over all the names previously. I think it's Nikki Bella winning the Battle Royal. We heard today in news that she's back for a while. She's here to stay. We're going to get her back, and that's all there is to it. So I think we're getting Nikki Bella. What do you think?
I think either her or Stephanie. I don't know which one, though, but it's one or the other.
I'm saying Nikki Bella all the way.
You know what? I think you might be.
Nikki
right.
said she
Stephanie
returned.
It's
not for a short time. Nikki said she's back for a while. She was supposed to have a big match with Liv and then go on from there. That's not happening. I think it's going to be, as we said, I think it's going to be Nikki Bella. Really, it's that simple.
Ugh. Nikki Bella, give it.
Yep. It's got to happen. Then we have Jade Cargill and Naomi, no holds barred. Jade's
Baz
one.
told me he's really excited for this match.
This is the one he's looking forward to the most. Heyman versus Jasper Troy in a syringe match would be fun, but Jade and Naomi, no holds barred. I think Naomi's going to get the better of Jade here by some means. She'll use some type of crazy weapon. She's got the shotgun. She took out Jade. She's going to do something, but I think Naomi wins, especially since she's still got that money in the bank. Jade could win here, but Jade's beaten Naomi several times. So I'd like to say Naomi finally gets the upper hand, but they can't do that. I think this could
be another situation for cash-ins because I think Jade Cargill potentially could win because we were talking about how the money in the bank holder doesn't always need a win. So I think Jade Cargill could potentially win this match, and Naomi cashes in on
You got to remember,
Tiffany and
Jade's
Trish.
Queen of the Ring, so she's got her title match at SummerSlam against, Tiffany
Yeah,
coming.
and I think
Unless
they
Trish
go
wins
part
it
3 at SummerSlam.
later on, which we'll get to. So unless Trish wins that match, it could be, either or for the title, but likely it's going to be Tiffany. So I would like to say Naomi wins, but that part of me, remembering she's Queen of the Ring, when push comes to shove, it's going to be Jade then. I'm going to agree with you. I'm going in the reverse. Jade.
I think Jade Cargill's going to win, and I think Naomi potentially cashes in because I think it would be more likely that we see Jade and Naomi over Jade and Tiffany.
So you're thinking there's going to be a cash in? Could be. So
Yes.
then we have Tiffany Stratton taking on Trish. You think Naomi's going to cash in? I just think Tiffany's going to retain. Simple as that. Her and Trish will have a good match. Trish, she kind of was a face when she came out, but I wonder if she's going to be more of a heel. We'll see.
Naomi
what happens,
won the WrestleMania match, right?
No, it was Jade.
Jade won?
Yeah, Jade won, I thought.
I mean, that could be the case. Then Naomi could end up winning this, and then the SummerSlam match is the grudge match.
Yeah. Let me double check here. I'm pretty sure that Jade won, but I thought anyways. Go back through the results. In the meantime, it was Jade defeated Naomi. Yeah, that's right. She did. So
maybe Naomi does win, and she still can cash in anyway, and then that gives us part 3, and that's the grudge match.
See, that's what I was kind of thinking before, but instead, I just think Jade's gonna win here. Naomi loses, and they want Jade to look good going into, SummerSlam since she's Queen of the Ring, and Tiffany is gonna retain, beating Trish. You think Naomi's cashing in, though? I don't think we're getting a cash in, but we are going to have
I think so.
Flash in Paris, Brie waiting to challenge whoever. So it's happening. And speaking of next, we have the Judgment Days. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez taking on Charlotte and Alexa. Then taking on Sol Ruca and Zarya. Sol's whole being out there. Then the reunited Kabuki Warriors as well. Asuka and Kill 'Em All, Kairi Sane. You the dead man. Who's she going to injure in this one? My money's on Roxanne. She almost destroyed Roxanne the other day with a kick to the face. Kairi cannot get a good match since she's returned.
Both Roxanne and Liv.
Before she left too, before she got injured and all that stuff happened, she was having kind of an off moments then too. Like she would come in the match when she wasn't tagged in. Like I remember her doing stuff like that repeatedly. So not been great for a while, but I think the Judgment Days, Raquel and Roxanne, they retain here. They're going to hold on to those titles for a little bit, and the Judgment Days story is going to continue to evolve. What are you thinking?
At this point, I think they might be going on this losing storyline with Roxanne and Raquel because Raquel lost, Roxanne lost. So I think Charlotte and Alexa actually might be winning the titles.
Okay. Interesting. Not a terrible pick either. That would be a big result and a big news result for that WWE would want to share to take the light away from anything else going on over the weekend, certainly. Yep. I could see it happening. So Charlotte and Alexa, I'll stay with you on that one. Next up, we got JC Jane, the NXT Women's Champion herself, with Fatal Influences, Fallon Henley, and Jasmine Nix, taking on Jordynne Grace. Here's how I'm taking it. Jordynne Grace is about to get the win, but then Fatal Influence has got the numbers advantage. That's when Blake Monroe comes out to a big ovation. She makes the numbers game somewhat equal, takes out Henley and Nix, and that's when we see Jordynne Grace get crowned the new NXT Women's Champion finally, because not only is it great for Evolution and for Jordynne Grace finally, muscle mommy herself, but she's also going ahead and going to go and face the women's knockout champ. So that's going to happen at Slammiversary the Sunday after, and they're going to do it title for title. So of course they're going to want the story of the woman that dethroned Jordynne Grace versus Jordynne Grace again. Masha Slamovich versus Jordynne Grace at Slammiversary is bound to happen. The muscle muffin herself, Jordynne Grace, I think will go over then too. It's going to be a big celebration of women's wrestling. Jordynne Grace is winning here over Jasmine Nix. Or JC Jane, excuse me. JC
Jane, yeah. I think Jordynne Grace also wins because I didn't think JC Jane was going to have a long title reign anyways. I think she was just
it was a make good, but
transitional champion, but
yeah, absolutely.
It was a make good, like you said, so
then
Jordynne Grace is winning.
Our co-main event, my friend, Becky defending her IC title against Bayley and Lyra.
And I hope this ends up being the main event, by the way.
It could be. Depending on the result of the next match, I think it might not be, but the triple threat here is huge. They are the biggest names, Becky and Bayley. Even though Rhea is the biggest in the company, I feel like the ones with the most name recognition would be Becky and Bayley.
So storyline wise, the Intercontinental Championship match deserves it if we're going to go storyline wise, and they have the star power with Bayley and Becky because they're two of the four horsewomen.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have that star power, but
absolutely,
Rhea is the biggest name for the woman in the company, not just in the women's division, like of all of WWE. She's one of the top names. So I don't know who goes in the main event with that, but I still say the Intercontinental Championship match should go last. But who do you think's gonna win this match?
I think Lyra's turning heel, but I think Becky's retaining because of it.
I was just gonna say that I think, but Bayley might win it now. I think they're gonna play a little hot potato with this, and I think Bayley might win it and pin Lyra, which causes Lyra to turn heel.
All right. I can see that too. That's actually not a bad pick at all. Different than what I have. So I think Becky's retaining.
Becky has her case to get a rematch because I was, I was never pinned for the title.
Yeah, I didn't lose it. She could go on with that one. And then talking about not losing is Io Sky. She's never lost to Rhea Ripley. Rhea cannot defeat Io Sky.
That's why the whole storyline didn't make sense. Why Io's like, I need to challenge you. I need to challenge the best. I need to beat the best. I'm like, but she's never beaten you. Why are you coming out and challenging her?
Exactly. It should have been in reverse, as we said. Then it would have made sense. Rhea could have said, I've never beaten you. This is the showcase of women, and I need to beat you. Simple as that. But they wanted to do it in reverse, and I don't know. It
makes no sense. But
going to be a great match. I think Rhea beats Io here. Some people say no, they're going to hold off and then they're going to have Asuka take on Io at SummerSlam. Could be, but I'm thinking Rhea wins here. And then maybe we get Rhea and Jade, or not Jade, excuse me, Rhea and Nikki. Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
that would be a hell of a match. Yeah.
So you're saying that actually could make sense if Nikki's winning the Battle Royal. I could definitely see. But Io, remember, told Nikki, "You paved the way for me," and all that, and shook her hand and all that bullshit.
I mean, either which way, I think it would be a big match. But I just see more in Clash being with Rhea Ripley versus Nikki Bella, and everything about that I'm trying to book with here. I'm trying to think into the future.
Right? Clash.
No, that's in Paris. Clash in Paris.
Wasn't there one in
Takeover is in Perth, Australia in September. Okay. After all this.
Okay, is that what I'm thinking of?
Yes.
That's what okay.
I'm assuming so. I can't read your damaged mind. I try.
Yeah, but I knew there was an event coming up in Australia, so that probably was it. I could see Nikki versus Rhea. That's just two big names. That's just a match that they would want to.
I mean, it could be her and Io as well, but I picture Rhea being the bigger draw for her and Bella. Fair. And Stephanie could win, but I would prefer Stephanie to win. But because Nikki's back for the long haul, so why have her just get thrown into a battle royal if this is all they had planned? I think there's more to it. I think there's more they want to do. there's a big story to be told here with her return. She's not just here for one match. She's here for more. She's winning that battle royal, and she's going after Rhea Ripley, who wins.
It's going to be Rhea and Nikki. Yep. I think
Rhea's getting crowned. She's finally beating Io Sky. Because imagine Io beats her again. Then what? Like, what's the story then? Like, she just never beats her. Okay, that's it.
Again, and that story still does make sense. But I do think Rhea's winning. But like, why does Io want to face someone that she's always beaten every time they face?
Maybe she wants an easy match.
And she's the champion. And she's the
Maybe
champion.
She's like,
so.
hey, I know I'm gonna win this, so I want to face you because I've never lost to you, so I know I could beat you. I would have almost preferred they said that, not even in a heel way, just being like, I've had enough challenge. I know I've beaten you before, so I'm not worried.
Yeah,
could have been interesting. But instead, they would have made sense. Inamara having
then could have made sense of it.
And wrecking the title, you have honor. I fight for honor. Yeah, we're definitely getting sued.
Yep.
Sorry.
Way to go.
I know. 4 big shows in the can. Final betting odds. Let's see what they say. They have Rhea is the strong favorite to dethrone Io Sky. Her odds set at -550, so an 84% implied probability she'll beat Io. They're giving a 95% likelihood of Trish losing to Tiff, so Tiff winning. They're saying Becky is 66% to retain. They've got 83% at Judgment Day retaining. Jordan Grace to win at 64%. Jade is heavily favored at 98%. Jesus
Christ.
So, and the no betting odds shown here for the Battle Royal yet. So, but these are the final on betonline.ag. So, that is Bet Sportsbook. Interesting enough. Well, we definitely have a big weekend. We've gone over a ton of news, a ton of predictions, a ton of booking ideas, and possibly even some spoilers. I'm excited for it. It's going to be a hell of a weekend. I'm tired already, my friend. No, we're going to be live Friday for SmackDown, so make sure you guys tune in after that. Whatever matches they do add to Saturday night's main event, we'll give you predictions for those as well. Are we going to see Uncle Howdy and the Big Red go ahead and capture the tag titles from the Street Profits on Friday? I think so. I think Uncle Howdy and Eric Rowan are going to take those tag titles. I think that's a sure thing, but we'll see what happens, whether or not it's a foregone conclusion. Then we'll be live Saturday night, so probably 11 p.m. We will be live for a massive review covering all 3 shows, All in Texas, Saturday night's main event, and Great American Bash. And then Sunday, as soon as Evolution 2 goes off the air, I'll be live with Spaz. We'll be here. Cody will be here. We'll be just in full effect, letting you guys know about what we've thought of everything over the weekend, especially Evolution 2. So it's going to be a hell of a weekend. Like I said, make sure you guys, besides liking, thank you, and subscribing, thank you as well. Make sure you're hitting that notification bell so you know when we're live. Tomorrow, you and I have our WWE quiz. Some people said you and I didn't know our trivia, so we had to go ahead and prove, the Twitter haters wrong. So you and I took the quiz that was provided. It'll be fun. We'll have that airing tomorrow at 8 p.m., so you guys can go ahead and check that out, 8 Eastern. Cody, my good man, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Let the people know where they can find you.
You can find me over on my Twitter or X, whatever you like to call it nowadays, at Judgment Day Era. You can find me over on my YouTube at Judgment Day Era, and I still need to figure out when to post because it's been a busy week. I keep saying I'm going to post the next day, but soon, it's not coming to fruition yet.
It's coming.
Soon. We'll get it figured out. Jake will help me out, get stuff set up for it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And
I haven't seen some good GTA gameplay in quite a while, so that'll be a good time.
Yeah, play some GTA Online, fuck around,
Fuck around and
not
find
too much
out.
because, those gangs or whatever they call them now, they're,
don't need you getting banned. The AI coming after you.
And my Instagram, what is my Instagram again? I'm having a brain fart. Oh yeah, Cody_MD_316.
That would be it. Look at that. You got them all down. He's got the 316.
Give me a hell yeah.
Give him one indeed.
It's like
That's
a Judgment
right.
Day fan account on there. So
Yeah, posting enough good content. I've been Jake.
and Twitter and Instagram, by the way, both thought I was paid by members of Judgment Day. They thought I was paid by Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio.
You're
And
a paid
I have to ask
stooge.
them. I'm like, wait, are people getting paid here? Because I should be first in
I
line,
should
right?
be getting paid. What's going on here? I'm clipping stuff and I'm not getting paid. That would be great. I
Yeah.
should be getting paid at Walmart. I'm telling you, I go there enough. I mean, you feel that pain with me, but Shopper Central. Guys, we'll see you live Friday for the SmackDown show. Quiz up tomorrow, and then we'll be here Saturday for the Mega Review. Thank you so much for joining us on Into Somewhere Weekly. I've been Jake, a.k.a. Countdown Ended DeMarco. Make sure you're subscribed and hitting the like button down below. Hit me up on Twitter/X at Countdown Ended. You can also go ahead and hit me up on Instagram and on Rumble at Countdown Ended as well. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you all stay sexy, and we'll see you next time.